Well, welcome. I'm so glad you are here and ready to discuss today's topic. This is going to be a good one. It is how to teach kids how to organize. This has been such a huge area that has been struggling, a lot of my clients have been struggling with teaching their kids how to organize. Hey there, I'm Jessica, the Organized Mama. I'm a family organizing expert that helps you with organizing tips, tricks, and tutorials the entire family can do. So I'm going to break down. I have 5 little bullet points that I created, but that could end up turning into something else. So we shall see if more topics come up as we kind of chat. So the very first thing when you are teaching kids how to organize is to start young. Like right now, you are going to start. Don't care the age of your kid, you're going to start now. That's what you're going to do. You're going to start to teach them how to organize at a young age, because when you teach younger kids how to organize, it's going to be a skill that they can continue to build upon. Organizing is a skill, so everyone can learn it. It is not a trait that some are born with and some aren't. It is a skill. Just like drawing, just like cooking, also. Like all of those are skills that you work and you perfect. So organizing is a skill and you can learn it too. And so can your kids. So start now by teaching them organizing strategies, ideas, all that jazz. Like, yes, okay, we start now. Great. But you're not telling me how to do that. So we'll get into that. The first thing is to think of organizing as a life skill, just like cooking and cleaning and keeping track of your projects. All of those are life skills. Another way to view those is kind of like the school term is called executive functioning skills. And if you kind of think of that with like a business hat on, those are all skills that adults execute on the daily. So back in the day, I had home ec in middle school and high school. So now I'm hearing that home ec really isn't a thing. And so think about home ec and like those are going to be the skills that you're going to teach. Yes, you're not going to be teaching how to sew a little pillow, but you are going to be teaching some of the other skills like how to use an oven, how to use a toaster oven, how to use a stove, how to use a microwave. Like a total aside, we had a babysitter once who put the pizza with the cardboard bottom into the oven. And as I saw that all go down, as we pulled it out so it didn't start a fire, I was like, okay, these are some just basic life skills. Like that's what it is. It's an executive functioning skill that your kids will need in order to function like an adult, right? So organizing is one of those skills. And so to teach them to store like things together, to teach your kids, this is easy. This is so easy to be done with clothes. So put all your t-shirts together, put all of your tank tops together, all of your underwear, boxers together, socks together. And then, we're out of drawers. So now we're going to problem solve. How are we going to adapt what we have to all of the categories of clothing that we have? Problem solving is an executive functioning skill. So using all of those to figure out what you want and how your kiddos can maintain order. So starting with clothes is so easy because it makes sense. You store all the shirts together. If you have multiple drawers, then space out the type of clothes that you have. If you don't, all tops go together, all bottoms go together. Make sure that it makes sense and make sure that the kiddo knows what goes where. You're going to start young. You're going to teach executive functioning skills or life skills or home ec skills. All of those terms are just basically interchangeable. So just know, like, that's what you're going to do. And then you are going to set expectations. And those expectations can include, you have to put all of your clothes away when, we're done with laundry. Or if you chose not to wear something, then you're going to have to put that away. basic things that you want the kids to do. If they make a mess, they have to clean it up. You shouldn't be the one responsible for all of those tasks. And so just writing it down is going to help so much. So write down all of the expectations that you have for your kiddos, and then it's there, it's in writing, and you are going to be more likely to remember, because if you write pen and paper, you have your brain and the way that you write it, it all kind of like works together. There is like legit science behind it, which is why I'm huge on paper and pencil. Like I take my notes. I'll show you them after, just because I'm still going through them with things. But I write everything down on paper and pencil, because from writing it down and your brain remembering it and like the whole process, not typing, actually writing, like legit research on this. Write down the expectations. You will remember, your kids will remember, and then you have reference because you have it written down, and so you stick it up right where you want it to go, and then you can remember and know that these things are what is expected of the kids. And then once you set those expectations, then start putting in place routines that will help maintain the expectation. Now you're going to set routines based on those expectations. So we're going to start, you said the kids need to clean up their bedroom every night. So their bedtime routine is going to include tidying up their bedroom. That is, you're setting in place the routine. For us, my kids, they are not allowed to have a messy room before bed. And because of this, we have cleanup time that we do before we start our bedtime routine. But like cleanup time is actually part of this bedtime routine. So, which they don't really know, but it's an easy way just to kind of like calm down and get ourselves like settled and situated and ready for bed. So we, finish up whatever we're doing. If we're playing a game, if we're playing outside, bike ride, whatever, we come in, the kids have to tidy up their rooms. Then they get on their pajamas, brush their teeth. We read some books, turn off the light, talk about their day, and then that's the end of their day. So all of that, we've created a routine around the expectation. In the morning, their expectation is to make their bed, make themselves breakfast, and just kind of like wake up. As I've said, we are not morning people. Well, my daughter and I are not morning people. My son is, but not like super morning-y. Like he doesn't like pop up and like, let's get going. He's more like, okay, I'm up, but like he still needs some like quiet time. So because of this, like our morning routine is a little looser, but the expectation is still the same. The kids also help emptying the dishwasher. Sometimes that's a chore that I'll pay them to do. So I don't expect them to do it, but if somebody wants to earn some extra money, then they can unload and put away all the dishes in the dishwasher. So our morning routine is a little looser, but the expectations are still there. And that goes for basically everything throughout the day. We have our expectations, and then the routines are built around those expectations. Then we use checklists and picture guides and visuals and all the labels. And the reason why is I want things to be seamless. I want things to just be easy. And in order to do easy, you write it all down because your brain remembers. And then you stick it up in front of your face so you can see it as much as possible. And you just keep doing it over and over and over again. So those visuals, the labels, the checklist, the to-do list, all of that is always there in front of you so that you continue with a repetitive motion. This is essential for kiddos who have like ADHD, anxiety, processing disorders, all of that, the consistency, the repetitiveness, the routine, and the visual are key. All those are key. And so by having all of that, you're going to keep your kiddos in check, and it's going to help so much. So I highly recommend that. Now, if you're looking for all of this in one place, that's why I created this thing. This is a freebie on my site. Like this is legit free. And inside, I just kind of like walk you through, like where to start and setting expectations. And then I have, if you print this out in color, it looks pretty. I'm at my parents' house. I forgot to bring my pretty colored one. You can print it out in black and white, it also looks great. Your kids can color it too. So I have my expectation printable that you can like print out and hang up. I have checklists, like I have like cleanup checklists. And I have a blank one that like you can even like make your own. Here it is. So the reason why I made this Ultimate Parents Guide to Getting Organized is for this reason. Some of the stuff just doesn't always come naturally to us. So I want you to have all of these resources and tools like at your fingertips. Because all of this is going to help your kiddos in the long term and is just going to be super successful and helpful to them. So I'm a big advocate of setting the expectations, creating the routines around those expectations, and then using checklists or to-do lists as the reinforcement. So those three together are like key, okay? And then using this as like life skills, so teach life skills. So total aside, my kiddos go to a Montessori school, and at the Montessori school they have 1.5-year-olds, I think, right? Isn't it 18 months? Or 2 years old? Around that age, those kiddos, they bake, they do laundry, they fold the laundry, they do all of that at that young of an age. And it is just fascinating to watch because you watch them and then you see as the kids progress through their schooling how a lot of this stuff is just now second nature. I have had a lot of clients very concerned about their kids and their ability to do tasks or do, different things that are considered life skills, executive functioning skills, home ec skills. And so my biggest thing is just give it to them, like make them do it, make them figure it out. It doesn't matter how old they are, just get them to do it. It will help so much, just them long term. One of my clients, her son was going away to college and she was just so concerned about him and his roommates, and he's never had to keep his room clean, and she was so concerned about all of this. And what we ended up doing was like some basic folding tutorials, some basic like cleaning up your room, all of those type of things for him. He was close that he could always like come home, but just the fact that, she was like, I realize now, like, he hasn't had to do the like laundry. He's never like pushed a button on the laundry machine. So all of those things, just getting your kids comfortable with now, start now. And it really will lead to success later in life. It'll lead to success in school. It'll lead to success, into adulthood. So just getting them started now. And it doesn't have to be so rigid. This is like the big piece of all of this, okay? Because whenever I say this to anybody I'm telling, they're like, oh my God, you must run your house like a boot camper. And I'm like, no, it's actually like fun. Like when it's cleanup time, we listen to music. And for a while, it was like the same song just because they knew it. But now we just kind of like play whatever. And like blast music when we clean up, when we like sort the Legos, when the kids are putting away laundry, like we listen to a lot of music, do like a little dance party, all of those things. So it doesn't feel like work. It doesn't feel like a chore. It feels fun, and it feels like you're able to finish a project. That is the stuff, and that's how it should be. And so same for me. Okay. Like I am working on a project and I finish it. And then what do? Do I like just jump to the next one? Well, no, I like stop and celebrate that I finished something. And I encourage you as adults to do that too, because once you start doing that, and I started doing like a yay list at the end of the day. And I also have like my gratitude journal, but my yay list is anything that I've finished and completed and I want to like celebrate. So it could be something like super silly that, okay, I got, this one project done, or that, the kids didn't watch TV for the whole day and didn't complain. Like that's a big yay. Um, Or, we went on a bike ride and nobody cried, another big yay. So I'm celebrating all of those things. And I want you to do that with your kiddos as you kind of like set the expectation and the routines and celebrate those things. Because in the end, your kids will start celebrating all of their accomplishments and things that they've done. I've seen it with my own kids, especially with all of this e-learning. When that kind of was like going, in the spring, like towards the end of the school year, my kids' school had them do more projects so they could do independent study on specific things. And then to celebrate their work, they got to showcase it, talk about it, and like we celebrated, and it was a lot of fun. And so seeing them take that in and really embrace the celebratory piece of finishing something is really what I want to continue and keep doing with my kiddos. And I encourage you to do that with yours and yourself, because it could just be you have a newborn baby and today you got to shower. Like, that is a yay. That is a big yay. You emptied the dishwasher. That is a big yay. Celebrate all those things because they are big accomplishments and you should feel proud of yourself for completing a task. And your kids should see that because they should be learning this as well. That is my little spiel for today on how to teach kids how to organize. Love what you see. Don't forget to subscribe. New videos every Wednesday.